Hey, it's Dr. Kate Walker, and I am coming to you live from the Walmart parking lot in Livingston, Texas. Because why? Because I'm camping. And so today I'm going to talk to you all about business plans and why do you need one. So it's going to be a two-parter. So I know some folks like to come back and watch this live video later or you miss it. So I'll give you a little preview. So I'm going to go over the nuts and bolts. Then I'm going to go into why you do or maybe you don't need one or want one. It's totally up to you. And then I'll tell you a little bit about how my business plan has ended up with me working from a campsite, which is super cool because I love to camp. So first things first, if you want to skip this part, go for it. But this is the commercial. This is what pays the bills. So I can put on these Facebook Lives, free things, because I sell courses. And that's what I do. That's my big pumpkin. And if you wonder what big pumpkin is, you need to go back and watch one of my lives. So business plan, here we go. So back to basics in June. That's what this is all about. All of June is going to be about getting back to basics in your business. So this is for interns. This is for anybody who's really kind of wondering, okay, is my business making the kind of money I want it to make? Is it as safe as I want it to be? Am I mitigating liability? Do I understand what's happening in my business? Those types of things, that's what June is all about. So it doesn't matter if you're an intern like Blaine who's watching and you're wanting to think, what is your business going to look like? It's also for us old timers who want to kind of get back and think and really, I guess, plan out how you can end up in a Walmart parking lot working because your campsite is only 30 minutes away, and it's super cool to be able to work remotely. And if that's your dream, then yeah, you're going to need a business plan. So let me tell you about the Badass Business Builders course. It's 3 CEs, and it includes a 30-minute consultation, and all during the month of June. When you buy this $250 course consultation combo, when you type in BASIC, when you're checking out BASIC, B-A-S-I-C, you will get 50% off this course. It's a work at your own pace asynchronous course, but it is 3 CEs and it includes a 30-minute consultation. So get that now because we're going to try to get these mastermind groups going and continue the good mojo and keep it going. So enter BASIC at checkout for 50% off. If you are a supervisor and you are not in my Texas Supervisor Training group, run. As soon as this group ends, run to that group and check it out. Hey, Jennifer, thanks for watching. And we have our monthly consultation group speaker series almost set. I've got a speaker for September. Amazing attorney Kenda Dalrymple will be talking to us. I have a speaker for October. I've got Janie Stubblefield is going to talk to us, and she is a board member, but she's also a supervisor. So how cool is that we actually have a supervisor on the LPC board? In January, I've got Dr. Jody Elder and Dr. Catherine Bacon, who are liaisons to the LPC and LMFT boards. Yes, LMFTs, we're going to represent you better this year in our monthly consultation groups. So monthly consultation groups are all virtual. So it's $25. Literally, you can go right now and purchase a season ticket for, I think it's $127.50. That's 6 meetings. That's 12 CEs for supervision and ethics and anything else we talk about. Last year we had a meeting where we talked about technology, so we were able to give everybody 2 hours of technology credit. So it's a really, really good deal for supervisors. The Texas Supervisor Training group and the consultation groups, we will ask for your license so we can verify your status just to make sure everybody in there is a supervisor. So that's the commercial. Now let's get to business planning. So what is a business plan? A business plan is a formal document, and you can literally Google this, you guys. Google, what is a business plan? What are 7 steps? What are the 6 steps to creating a business plan? What's different about us, though, in the mental health field, we literally have the lowest overhead that I can think of to start a business. I started with a used couch, an old computer, some used toys because I was working with kids at that time, and I think my rent was $250 a month. but I didn't have heat. So in the wintertime, I had to bring my own heater. But hey, I was able to charge, I think, $50 a person. If I broke even, I was just so happy. So at first, for counselors, you can start with incredibly low overhead. And occasionally, most of the time when you hear about a business plan, it's in order to persuade someone to give you financing. So that someone could be Shark Tank and you're on TV, or it could be a bank and you're trying to get a business loan. So the formal document, the business plan, is made up of the what, the how, and the where. All right, so the what is our happy place. I don't know why, but as counselors, we love to talk about our training and our background and what we love. It's almost like, I love long walks on the beach. I hate, whatever. But the executive summary is the what. It's you describing your business, but this is key. Anyone who writes for a living or has written a dissertation or a thesis understands the most important part of this is describing what problem you're going to solve. What great problem you are going to solve. So there are a lot of things that go into this executive summary in the first part of this business plan, because you're trying to help the reader understand what problem you'll solve and what makes you different. Those of you who are insurance paneled, you know that when you try to get on certain panels in certain areas, those markets are saturated, right? You can't throw a rock without hitting a therapist. Well, that's the same thing with the business plan. They want to understand, okay, you're going to solve this problem, but according to the reader, it looks like the problem's already solved because we got 80 million of you out there kind of solving the problem. So the executive summary, the first part of the business plan, is a great opportunity for you to get really clear, not only about what it is that you do, but what problem you solve. And if you've heard any of these Marketing Thursday 30s, that's a huge part of, trying to do this for a living, because you're trying to explain to someone else who maybe doesn't understand what you do and why they need it. All right, so that's the first part, the what. The next part is the how. How do you plan to get this ship off the ground, right? So that's marketing, and that's your finances. So what money do you already have, right? What are you coming to the table with? Do you already have your used couch? Do you already have your old computer? Do you already have a space? The most successful business plan is for a business that's already operating, right? This isn't about creating an experiment for something that has never existed before. So if you already have a few months or even a year under your belt operating, saying, oh, hey, this thing's working. I can make this float. I'm still in business after a year. If you are trying to persuade someone to give you money, that is excellent to put into your business plan. So when you're talking about marketing, thinking about, okay, who am I selling my product to, and how will I get my message out there, and finances, what money do I already have? What can I give? What do I already have in my business to make it work? And then finally, where is it going? So we've got the what, the how, and this is the where. And this is that thing that I talk about that I just think I scare y'all to death, and I don't mean to, but it's your profit and loss, right? Understanding profit and loss over time, right? Because what you have to show in your business plan, and it's like magical thinking, right? You have to show that over time, even if you start in the red, and that just means your business is not turning a profit, you're losing money, and that's really normal for businesses to lose money the first year or so, maybe even longer, maybe forever, but well, I'm not going to get into that. You eventually want to break even, and then of course you want to turn a profit. So if you don't understand a profit and loss, and like I said, I really think we probably need to do a Facebook group on how to create a profit and loss statement. It's really important for your business plan, because you need to show the reader that even if you start in the red, in 5 years, whatever you decide, that your business will turn a profit. Hey Jules, hey Jean, thanks for watching. And so this business plan showing the who, the how, and the where you're going has a purpose. All right, how am I doing on time? Whoop. All right, doing good. So the purpose of your business plan, again, I'm going to pull all you guys back to your junior year in high school when we were all learning how to write. This is persuasive writing. You have to write according to your audience. Now, I'm isolating two audiences today. One is a bank or a potential investor. The second one is 5 years from now you, right? So 5-year future you, will they thank you for what you have written down in this business plan that we're talking about, all right? So the first one, attracting, persuading investors. This is going to be a persuasive document. You need to let someone know why their money should go into your pocket. And there's really only one reason an investor would put money into your pocket, and that is to make more money. Right? If they're going to put money in your pocket, but your P&L does not show that you will turn a profit for 20 years, not going to work. They're not going to want to invest in you, right? So you have to be able to persuade them that you're going to make money. You're going to turn the money into something. And so there are lots of financial models you can put out there. And this has to, you know, I put it in the big letters when we started this Facebook Live. It always has to start with money. So you're persuading someone to invest. What kind of a business are you going to have? So let me put on my glasses so I can read my own writing. This is where you need to think like a landlord or a hotel owner. You have so many hours in a day. Last I heard there were 24. Ideally, you want those all to be working. You want to make money while you're sleeping. That's not going to happen in year one. It may not even happen in year two. So there are financial models for whatever business you decide to get into. So for example, one type of business is a supervision practice. You can have a cash-based supervision practice. You can have an ANS-based supervision practice. And I'll talk more about that in other Facebook Lives. But the idea is, if you have empty office space and you want that office space to work, put a supervisee in there. Have them see cash-based clients. That's one type of a business model that you can create its very own business plan. So you can project how many supervisees you want to have. You can project how many clients they could have. They're not going to pay you rent, right? So all of this money can be going into your bank, so it's pure profit, and then you can decide how you want to barter for supervision. Or you could charge them for supervision too. I mean, it's really up to you, right? But that would allow you to take that empty office space and make it work, and I've talked about this a ton. Small practice, big practice. Financial models are going to be completely different. Because even, I'll just start with a small practice. If it's just you, are you going to be paneled on insurance, or are you going to charge a certain amount? Decide, come up with a number that you think you will make per hour. It could be an average, right? So you might have one insurance panel that's going to pay you $120 an hour. You have one insurance panel that's going to pay you 10. So come up with a number like $60 an hour so that you can project how many hours a week you're going to have to work in order to make whatever it is you need to make at $60 an hour. Now, at a small practice, that's easy, that's manageable. And you remember what I said earlier, the best investment plan starts with a successful business. If you are showing your potential investor that you can succeed, start as a small practice, start as a solo. Show your investor that you know what to do with your money and you know how to grow it. Remember, an investor only will put money in your pocket if they will eventually get more back from you. But let's talk about a big practice. So a big practice, the biggest thing there is avoiding liability. Last time we talked about LLCs, PLLCs, malpractice insurance, homeowners insurance. I mean, there are all kinds of ways that you can protect yourself, and you're going to have to in a big practice because you become then liable for other people's mistakes, right? They get sticky, they rub off on you. So you need to make sure you avoid things like kickbacks. How are you getting paid? you know, you think about somebody to interview would be the owner of a law practice, or perhaps a hospital executive, so that you can understand the two models, right? Lawyers are not in the medical profession, so they can get paid a little bit differently, and owners can get paid a little bit differently. In the medical profession, which is what we fall under, it is a little bit more complicated as an owner how you can profit from your business. The key is avoiding kickbacks. There cannot be any impression that somehow you are profiting from having sicker people, and that's a very, you know, kind of sum up of what a kickback is, right? So for you need to do your research. If your business plan is going to say you're operating a large practice, you need to clearly indicate in your business plan how you're going to avoid kickbacks. The other piece is a big practice owner. You're probably a landlord. You know, maybe you're going to buy a building. Maybe I know when I had a big practice, I actually rented like 7 offices. So I don't know what they call that when you're a landlord subletter. Uh-oh, am I back? Looks like I lost some connection here. Hang on. Okay, I hope everybody can still hear me. Can you hear me? Okay. Can you check? It looks like I went dim. I can't tell. Hope the Wi-Fi in the Walmart parking lot hangs in there. So I'm going to go ahead and keep talking as if you can hear me. So I hope you can. Understanding that, you know, when you, oh good, I got a thumbs up. Thank you. So if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Awesome, perfect. So when you think about it with this big practice, if you're going to be a landlord, that is going to make things a little bit more complicated. And you need to put that in your business plan, because as a big practice owner, you're not only getting money from your clients, you're getting money from your tenants. And then if you're a supervisor, you're going to get money from your interns. So all of those things are going to be branches of your business and income streams, and this will be part of your business plan, okay? So thinking again, as a big practice owner, now you have lots of hours to sell. So when I had 7 offices, somebody do the math for me, what's 7 times 24, right? That's a lot of hours. And as a business owner thinking about a 5-year plan, I wanted to make sure all 24 hours in all 7 offices were somehow bringing me money. So that could either be in the price that I charged folks for rent, or it could be if I stuck interns in there and had them see clients, right? It wasn't useful for me to have empty space that wasn't generating some kind of income. And so I think probably in future Facebook Lives, and I made a note here, that we should probably talk about these different models. So supervision practice, big practice, small practice, so that you can understand how that might look on paper as far as how you can make money and how to make sure that you're ethically making money. All right, so those are the types of financial models that go into your where it's going. That's your profit and loss. Now, okay, still doing good on time. Let's talk about the first thing. You know, I said the purpose of your business plan, right? It's a formal document. It can talk all about you and your hopes and dreams and yada, yada, yada. And you can use it as a persuasive document to get money from investors. So whether that is a bank or if that's a Shark Tank, right? You could try to persuade people to give you money. So I want to make sure I'm saying this clearly. We often don't need a lot of money, but what we do need is a plan. All right, so this business plan can lay the groundwork. So 5-year you is cheering. They want to shake your hands and give you a big kiss because you did such good work to make sure that in 5 years, you are where you want to be. So this is where you can incorporate something. You know, I'm a huge fan of a Trello board, Trello, Trello board. I don't work for Trello. I don't get kickbacks from Trello, but it has gotten me so incredibly organized because I can literally write out a 5-year goal. And usually goals should be in terms of, and I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time, financial goals, personal goals, family goals, business goals. You know, I look at my goals, and they started out as a mom. I had 3 kids at home. I wanted to make sure that I was making enough money so I wasn't working 40 hours a week when they were in high school, and I could be home when they got off the bus in the afternoon. So that, I literally wrote that down, stuck it on a sticky note, put it on my mirror, because my brain needed to understand this was the biggest goal. I get a lot of comments from folks that are like, Kate, you must be so busy. Oh my gosh, how do you do so many things? Well, I've had this goal on my mirror for 15 years. It's not there anymore, but it was for a long time, because my goal was to actually be very, very balanced. I wanted to make sure that I had time and I could work from a Walmart parking lot at Lake Livingston if I wanted to, and I'll be fishing with my husband in a couple of hours, and I'll check my email while I'm fishing to see if my courses are selling. Those are things that I planned very, very carefully, and that's what I used my business plan for. So my formal document actually turned into something a little bit less formal, because again, I'm not trying to persuade a bank, I'm not trying to get investors. It's something to keep me accountable and to make sure that everything I do every day is meeting a marketing goal, or is it meeting a family goal, or is it meeting a health goal, is it meeting a financial goal. And that is literally what a Trello board, or whatever system you decide to use, can do for you, right? So every single month when I'm writing out my goals and I look to see how I've done, I copy paste my 5-year goals and I do a little check. Did I get closer to this? Am I moving further away from this? Do I need to course correct here? So your business plan can be something that's very, very practical, right? I really don't want you guys to write something so esoteric and long and philosophical and heady. I'll show you mine. My first one was just crazy. Even the bank was like, you know, this is dumb. And basically, because I wasn't buying any type of machinery or land that I could be used as collateral if I defaulted on my loan. So it was a huge document. I didn't know what I was doing. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, just give it your best. And it was okay to get me started on this journey. But I'm going to take you back to what I tell you guys all the time. You have to start with the end in mind. No, I didn't make that up. Look up Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And then you have to backwards plan to today. So, okay, I got to wrap it up. Now, let me review what I've talked about. But first, I've got to welcome our badasses. We've got brand new badasses in our group. We've got Nikki Marie, Mary McCullough, Yvette Castillo Martinez, Dominique Marie, Naila Hasso, Tamara Pena, and M. Guadalupe Villa. So happy to have you in the badass group. Go back, look at these videos. You can also go to my YouTube channel, Kate Walker Training. You have to put in my name, Kate Walker Training and Counseling. Otherwise, you're going to get a couple of other folks. One is a romance writer, and I don't know. I'm getting better, though. I'm getting higher in the searches in YouTube. Please check out the Kate Walker Training page if you need courses. If you're a supervisor, run, don't walk when this ends, and go join Texas Supervisor Training and take a look at all the amazing speakers we're going to have at our monthly consultation group. So, in review, what is a business plan? A business plan is a formal document to persuade an investor to give you money. And the best way to persuade someone is to show them that something's already working. Or it's a document to hold you accountable, so 5-year you is shaking your hand. So it's a way to put out what you're doing, what great problem you're solving, how you're going to do it, that's marketing and finance, and where you're going. That's your profit and loss statement, showing over time that you will break even if you start in the red, that you will break even and you will make money. It's going to show that you're going to get really, really specific supervision practice, big practice, small practice, taking insurance, not taking insurance, what other streams of income you will add, because that will go into your bottom line, your profit and loss. Last week, we already talked about LLC, PLLC, but what I need you to do, guys, is to put into the thread What are some special topics that we can talk about in some Facebook groups or Facebook rooms, right? I'd love to drill down and get more and more specific. Still thinking about what July is going to focus on. So put into the thread if there's something else you would like me to cover. And remember, you can get the 3CE 30-minute free consultation Badass Business Builder course by going to katewalkertraining.com. That's katewalkertraining.com. Under courses and resources, find the Badass Business Builder course consultation combo. Click it and enter BASIC, BASIC, when you're checking out to get 50% off the price. If you're a supervisor, click and get the season ticket for the monthly consultation group. That's 12 supervisor and ethics CEs for $127.50. And I'm going to get more speakers. Go over there and look at the speaker group. It's incredible. I'm pretty proud of myself. All right, I gotta go get a fishing license so I can go fishing today. You guys have a great day. I'll see you soon.